In July of 2020, not only are the personal injury protection options going to be available to you, but there's also going to be some rating changes in how auto insurance companies are able to rate their insureds. In the past, things like gender, things like marital status, things like home ownership, credit score, and your zip code have all played a part in rating an auto insurance policy. Because I'm a guy driver, there's been in the past a lot of guys who like to drive fast, a lot more than girls. Good job, girls. Younger girls typically are a little safer when they're driving more than guys. That's no longer going to be able to be a rating factor. So if you have a teenage girl or a teenage boy, the rate's going to be the same, whether they're a girl or a boy. It doesn't matter anymore. A couple of the biggest things that are going to be changing though is that credit score and the zip code. In the past, the credit score and the zip code have been a standard of how auto insurance companies rate their insureds. No longer will they be able to rate their insureds after July this year with a credit score or zip code. The credit score has been an indication of financial stability, and that is no longer able to be rated upon. So that will go away. So if you had really good financial stability before, and maybe you didn't have very good financial stability, we're going to kind of come to middle grounds. And so there's going to be some different discounts, if you were. There's going to be some different ways that those policies will be shifted around so that we're not rating heavy on a credit score. Actually, we're not rating at all on a credit score. So the rates could change a little bit because there's kind of that shifting sands of we're no longer able to use it for better or for worse. We're just getting rid of it altogether. Now, our insurance companies are saying they don't see that there's going to be a lot of people that will actually be affected by this. They believe maybe about 5-10% of the clients will actually be affected by that credit score going away. There's different ways you're going to be able to rate that are going to still be able to appropriately address your financial stability if you're someone who's responsible. But the other big thing that's changing is the zip code. Zip code, especially in Michigan, the east side of the state is a lot different than the west side of the state, and it's a lot different than the center side of the state, or it's a lot different than the UP. As far as how many deer hits you might have in the UP opposed to down here. Well, zip codes are no longer allowed to be used, specific zip codes to rate an insurance policy. There are territories that are allowed to be used. So opposed to using 49501 in Grand Rapids, now there's a territory, and maybe that's Grand Rapids as a whole or Kent County. There's different territories now that the government has said these are okay to rate based upon, but not specific zip codes. That's supposed to help people who have not gotten insurance in the past, specifically on the east side of the state, be able to get insurance now. Kind of make it a little more of an even playing field so they're not maybe being rated as hard just because they live in Detroit or just because they live in Grand Rapids. There's different spots now that won't be rated as heavy. So all those things are changing, and that could change your insurance as well. We don't know exactly. To be honest with you, I wish I had a magic ball and could say, this is exactly what your rate's going to do. I can't tell you exactly what your rate's going to do, but I can tell you how your rate will be calculated. And it won't be calculated based on any of those things: gender, marital status, home ownership, your credit score, zip code, education, occupation. All those things are no longer things we're able to rate on anymore for an auto insurance policy. Sorry this video is a little long, but I want you to know that's what's coming. It's not just personal injury protection. There's also this component of how we're rating insurance policies is also changing coming this July.